supporting the gays for the same reason there are a lot of white people and Jewish people that were supporting blacks to get their rights. I mean, it's because it's the right thing. Well, now
That's
wait a
what
minute.
I said.
Because it's the right thing to do.
That's exactly the words I said. I said
Really?
because he said
It's literally that
because
simple.
one guy said, well, it's because they imagine themselves on a great civil rights crusade. And I just said to him, no, we're not really imagining anything grand. It's just the right thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
It's
don't get
literally
that.
No, they
because
don't.
because that means their position is the wrong thing.
Would be correct. And they can't accept the fact that their position is wrong because then they have to question their faith.
That's correct. And
And if
faith
you
is absolutely because
and-
at some point one guy just really went off. Yeah, so I
And
will
if
say
you start unwrapping the yarn on that sweater,
yeah,
there ain't going to be much left except a big
big
pile
pile
of
of
yarn.
Yeah.
Leave your condescending compassion at the door. It's time for Carl and Mike.
Welcome,
Hey,
Carl and Mike.
I'm Mike.
I'm Carl.
Ooh, I got in first.
You did this time. You seem a little peppy.
Huh?
Are you peppy for the morning? You're
I am
just,
peppy
You morning people just disgust me.
Maybe you drink more coffee. Here's what you do. Here's how you become. You know what I mean? Tell you how you become a morning person. You get up at 5:30 and start drinking coffee.
That sounds like a pleasant existence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah. We just get up, make coffee, drink it, read the paper.
I think all I
Watch
have
the
to do
news.
is really just give up my creativity and sense of enjoyment of life, and I could become a morning person.
Yeah.
Anyway, I make the sacrifice, Michael, to be here at 9:30 in the morning, which is early for me.
Yeah.
I know you could do this show at 7:30 and be just as happy.
You know, it sounds like a first world problem.
It is.
Champagne woes.
Yes, can't complain too much. And, well, what a week last week was, huh?
Oh, it was a good one.
It was a good one. We had the Supremes really kicked in with Obama. Which one are you more surprised about? That they passed,
I'm not surprised
Passed
that
on
they
the
passed the
Obamacare?
gay thing.
Or the gay
Yeah,
thing?
I'm more surprised about that. I'm not surprised about the gay thing at all. I mean,
Why?
it
was closer
It's-
decision than the Obamacare one was.
I know, but it's just that's something that's long overdue.
You know,
Overdue.
Then of course, they made some bad decisions here with the
no,
EPA,
you're kidding.
the Supreme Court. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What is the deal there? They're saying they're
They're
basically
basically saying with the EPA thing, EPA cannot regulate
isn't that
coal.
what the whole idea of the EPA is, or regulate?
That would be, but they can't regulate without factoring in more the costs of the regulation. So we're gonna let these, and so this stemmed from these old plants who had not upgraded to new standards.
And why have they not upgraded?
Because they're old plants. These guys,
Owned by old people that don't
owned
wanna-
by old people
Yeah.
that don't have the money or don't want to spend the money. So instead of upgrading their plants, they fought it. Other plants have upgraded to
Yeah.
meet the standards, but not these guys. So they went to this. They sued instead because they sued for the right, Michael, to spew mercury and other toxic gases
so
into our
they
air.
could make
Profit.
more profit.
Profit, yes. It really disgusts me because where is the good of the people involved in this?
It doesn't seem to be.
But-
Yeah.
So that's bad point number. When something's bad, it's bad no matter how you look at it. And when something's good, I think when it's really good, it's good no matter how you look at it. So that's bad one. But bad two on this decision with the EPA is it could affect future climate change things. So let's say we continue to evolve and there are new technologies that get rid of
evolve or devolve.
evolve.
Oh,
Our
okay.
technologies evolve, and so there's new ways to curb emissions, and the government wants to set those standards.
But it's costly.
It's costly. So, according to the Supreme Court, they wouldn't have the ability to make those regulations. So it could affect future climate change. I mean, it's just.
Well, I mean, you
What's
can't.
how about this for cost? What's the cost of extinction? What's the cost of human extinction? Because we are going down that road.
slow, painful, choking death?
A slow one, yes. We don't
Yes.
get to have an easy death. We get to have confusion with massive floods and weather changes, and we already have death. Don't even act like there's not
But
death
some
now.
people
There's
are still
that
making money.
Go to China, check out their air,
Oh,
see
yeah.
how you see how
Yeah.
deregulations work there.
Yeah. And I saw something the other day that some of the air in India is worse than China.
Yeah, and here's a little science fact, boys and girls: the air in China doesn't just stay there. The air moves. Michael, there's this thing called wind.
Carl, I'm going to put my fingers in my ears so I don't hear this. La, 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 la.
Air moves
La, la, la,
across
la,
the
la,
globe.
la, 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 la,
Okay?
la, la, la,
Yeah,
la.
I know exactly. I am so sick of this bullshit. This anti-science that's really developed, and I'm really disappointed in the Supreme Court on that. I'm disappointed even in the 5-4 ruling for the gay marriage, but that was 5-4.
Yeah.
Because there's no legal argument.
no.
I mean, strictly legal. Take
Yeah.
the
No,
religious
that
belief
should have
out
been
of
a
it.
9-0 deal.
That's a 9-0 deal.
Well,
on legal grounds.
Yeah.
Because there is no legal argument. That's what they ran into, and that's why every court before the Supreme Court, when the gay marriage went to the court, it passed because there is no
Well, you're
legal
sitting
argument.
there looking at Thomas.
I love
and
Thomas.
And he's married to a white woman, which was illegal.
His
not
own
that
ruling,
long ago.
his own ruling would have negated his marriage.
Yeah.
So I can't decide if that's just
No, but
What level
because
of
of that,
ignorance?
you have to because of that right
ideology
there.
rules. Ideology
Yeah.
rules intelligence.
Yeah. Well, because of that, you just have to take his vote and cancel that out. I mean, there's some sort of weird.
He's a
funk there
Supreme
that's-
Court justice.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's because he said we got ourselves. We're starting to feel like a high tech lynching, and as soon as he did that, the committee reversed itself.
Yeah, because they got scared.
They got scared. They didn't want to be accused of being a racist and a bigot.
And it
And
wasn't.
so-
And was there possibility that what was her name? Anita Bryant?
Anita Hill.
Anita Hill. If she would have been a white woman with the pubic hair stories, might have been a different story. Wouldn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you would not
But
be.
Anita Hill came out. I think she's an awesome lady. Awesome. woman.
I'm sorry. That's just.
I know, but we can't replay that shit.
We can't.
We're stuck with them right now.
Well, there is a way to impeach, and I think Scalia's arguments
Yeah, but
were
the
treasonous.
The truth
on
of the
gay
matter
marriage.
is, the Republicans are pissed too. They're pissed.
Oh,
Here's
yeah,
both sides. Both sides want the Supremes to do exactly what they want them to do, and if they don't, there's something wrong with the Supremes, one way or the other.
Right.
There's always going to be somebody that they're going to be bitching about. And what I
Yeah,
like
but-
the fact is that the one that they're like pointing their fingers at is Chief Justice Roberts.
Yeah.
And he's he's kind of back and forth, but on some really good strong ones like the
Here, Justice Thomas is an intelligent man.
Justice Thomas.
Not Thomas. Justice Roberts.
Okay,
Is
I
an
had-
intelligent.
I was
Yes.
fixing
Thank
to
you
say.
very much for fixing me on that.
had to
Justice
correct you on
Thomas
that
is a
one there.
strange bird.
Yeah, he is.
Just a strange bird.
Yeah,
Doesn't talk. Doesn't ever ask any questions. Of course, why would he ask questions? His mind's already made up. You pretty much guess
he's
what
found a
happens.
great job where he can ride into the sunset and just sit over in the corner and
Anyway, Roberts has. I always find this interesting. People that are tied to an idea. The thing is, if you cannot be really, really, this is me being, maybe I'm being prejudiced here, but I don't think you can be really that intelligent and go down the road the Republicans have gone down. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't equal. You have to give up your intelligence for ideology.
yeah, I think that's
Okay,
probably right.
you really can't. And you see these. I don't believe. I do believe some of the. I think we're up to because Christie announced today. I think we're up to 17 in the clown bus.
No, it's just getting better.
17.
And better. It's getting
Remember we were trying to
better.
figure out
I
how many
know,
were in there?
It's
We
better.
missed one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was. Anyway, Christie's in now, and I think some of those Republicans are true blue believers of their bullshit. Okay, and others are
They're just
They're just
pandering.
giving up their intelligence. Mitt
Yeah.
Romney gave up his
Yeah.
because he's intelligent. He's not a stupid man. He ran businesses. Okay, could argue badly, whatever, but he's not a stupid man. He
He
gave
was
up
able
his
to intelligently rape and pillage.
yeah. He gave up his intelligence to go down the aisle, John, and it didn't look good on him doing that.
No.
And I think the case is with Roberts. The Supreme Court, the one thing I do like about the Supreme Court is that, you can give up your ideology for your intelligence if you want to. That path is open to you because nobody can fuck with you,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What I don't like about the Supreme Court, I'm not a student enough of the Supreme Court, but it seems like our polarization has led to polarization on the court.
Well, I think it's polarized. It's all
But,
segments.
when I was a kid,
all segments of society
Yes.
are polarized. Every single segment of society is polarized.
Yeah,
And-
but it's
and
so
you
freaking obvious to me. I remember,
you want somebody to lead us in out of the cold, but who's going to do that, Carl? It would require thought leadership,
thought leadership.
and damn it, somebody's got to do it.
I wonder who that could be.
It may have to be us, Carl.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that somebody has to do it,
Yeah.
and right now it's not there.
Keep thinking.
Keep thinking.
Keep thinking who that could be.
Well, honestly, it's going to be somebody that comes from out of nowhere.
I don't even know if that's enough. You need to almost have a party behind that person.
I don't know. I think that's part of the problem.
Because I don't think
you
a
can't-
president can do everything if he has a Congress.
I
So let's
think
say you had
because-
an independent president.
Yeah, an independent president.
All right. So that can work on both sides of the aisle.
He's not beholden to either party. He's beholden to the independents in the middle that keep moving back and forth between parties on
But
elections.
he would have to have there'd have to be some cake for both sides to bite into for him to be effective.
Maybe.
And
Either
I think
that or
that's a
there
hard
would
road.
have
Look
to
at
be,
Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders running as a
there would
Democrat.
have to be a cake, but there would also have to be some sticks. And
Yeah.
the sticks are the. I would say. Would you say? What do you think the middle is? Is the middle like 40%, and then there's 30 and 30 that are diehards either way, or would you say the middle is 50 and there's 25 that are really diehards? I mean,
No, I'm actually going to say it maybe used to be that way, but I'd say the middle is shrinking. I'd say the middle is 30.
but it's still the majority. It's still a larger segment.
Barely. It could be 33, 33,
So
33.
how would you coalesce the middle? How do you coalesce the middle?
Coalesce
as a
the middle
third
would be
entity?
probably the easiest one would be liberal around social issues and conservative around economic issues.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that would have to be which would throw out those crazy Christians.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
the
they can still be crazy
evangelicals.
Christians. In other words, somebody's got to say, I don't believe what you believe over here. I've got my own beliefs, but
Yeah.
I'm not aligning myself with you to get your votes. If you don't want to vote for me, that's fine.
Matter of fact, I would argue that they would have to say they are Christians. They're just not that kind of Christian.
Yeah, yeah, and that's fine. That would be fine. And it's just like the physical people say, I'm not throwing everything out here. There are
Right.
things that we
I'm gonna
need.
take the
and
best
they're- and they're-
ideas
Yes,
on
and we
a
need to.
traditional conservative.
Yeah. In other words, we need to fix infrastructure, and to do that, we're going to have some money. And to get some money, we're going to have to get it from somewhere, and we're going to try and get it from cleaning up some of these other kind of deals. But we're going to, folks,
I'm going to have to be
we're going to up the gas.
searing common
We're gonna
sense.
up the gas tax, which we haven't done in how many years? It's
See, right
time.
there, you've lost.
Huh?
You've lost that 30% base.
That's fine. I don't
Yeah.
want them because I'm counting on the
Independent.
yes, whoever that leader is in the middle,
Yeah,
Carl,
but
and
you
there
have to
has to be a strong
Yes.
leader come out of the woods, just come and go, boom, here I am.
We really need an imperial dictator,
We do,
a benevolent dictator, for like a year.
and we get some robes and gowns and shit like that, and a really cool chair. You know,
I'm watching
Comple-
Games of Thrones right now.
Oh.
My goodness.
Have you just
I'm
now started
binging
it?
on Games of
Have
Thrones.
you
No,
just
I'm in
start-
season 3.
Oh, okay.
I've been binging.
Yeah,
I've been doing
it's
two shows a day.
it's good.
That's my thing. I give 2 hours. That's my
That's
TV
it?
time. 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
Well, not yeah. For
You
a bit-
heard that Hulu's running the whole thing of Hulu signed up Seinfeld, and a few days ago they ran every single episode in order. That would be good to watch.
I've seen most of it. I'd say I've seen 90% of Seinfeld.
I think I have too, but every now and then I'm picking one up and I go, now wait a minute.
Yeah.
I troll through and I see something and I go, I don't remember that. And so I hang on for a little bit longer and I go, damn, that's one I haven't seen.
Yeah. I haven't seen a Seinfeld in a while, actually.
Yeah.
Well,
You
I did
haven't?
watch him. Love how we just follow us, folks. We'll go from the Supreme Court to Seinfeld. We'll get back there. I did watch Comedians in Coffee with Seinfeld and Bill Maher.
Oh,
recently.
was it
Very
good?
good, yeah.
Yeah. Has he
They
done-
call themselves the comedy team of smug and arrogant. Jerry's smug and Maher's arrogant.
Oh, that's
So
good.
go watch Comedians with Coffee.
See, and I haven't seen
Comedians
any of those.
driving cars.
I haven't seen any of those.
Oh, they're really
yet.
good. They're
I know.
about 18 minutes.
heard, yeah.
Nice production value. A little bit more than we get at 5 Questions, 5 Minutes with Carl
Yeah,
and Mike.
yeah. Well, they can
They
afford
got a little music, they got a
can
nice
afford little
editing, nice
GoPros,
video
stuff
editing.
Like that. They get.
Yeah.
Jerry's not doing the editing.
No, he's not.
No, he's not doing the
He's
editing.
got a couple cameramen, too.
I bet he
nice
has.
cameras.
I bet he has people.
He has people.
He has
Jerry's
people.
got people.
Jerry's got.
We don't
people.
got people.
No, we don't
That's
have
our
people.
problem. We need people.
We need people.
All right. But we digress. I love doing show notes for an episode like this because
We're just kind of back and forth
it's just
and all
going to
over
give
the
me a
place.
headache. And it's only like we only digress on a certain subject for a minute, and then we go like we just did Seinfeld. Now
Yeah.
we're
Now we're
gone.
back and we're gonna.
You know how hard it is to write show notes for that? So in my mind, as I'm talking to you now, I'm thinking, show notes. That's going to be really hard. Stay on topic. Focus.
Yeah,
Focus.
yeah,
Focus.
Yeah.
But you don't get that because this
No.
is a conversation.
It is a
Conversations meander.
They do. They should meander.
They should meander, to be real.
Or do you think they're meandering because we're old?
I don't know. It could be. Absolutely. I don't know. So you're saying two 25-year-olds having a conversation, they would be on point?
No.
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 Here's what two 25s would sound like. Hey,
E.
what's up?
Yo.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Want to
Yo.
play a video game?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, sorry, I got a phone call. Let me get this.
See, that's a 25-year-old conversation. You don't get that here, Carl Mike. You have wisdom and experience.
And we actually, for the most part, turn our phones off or use them as stopwatches
Yeah.
or cameras.
And let's face it, we don't get as many texts or calls as a 25-year-old.
No.
No. They're like inundated with texts. They don't
Yeah.
even get calls anymore.
I fucking tell you what pisses me off
Uh-oh, what's that?
is the robocalls that we're getting. Used to get it on landlines.
trying to make
Now they're
those
doing it-
illegal.
well, yeah, they're trying to make this.
So do you know what I like about them? I have the power of blocking them. So when I get that call, the first thing I do is go to block that caller. It's a
You
wonderful
do?
thing. Yes.
How do you do that?
You don't know how to do that?
No,
Oh,
I just push.
geez.
There's also
just
you can
delete?
push 2 or 9, and that usually stops them. And 2 or 9, what I found is if you wait till the end of the call, it'll say press 9. If you don't want to, if you want to be removed from this list, or press 2. So far I've pressed 2. If that doesn't work, I hit 9, and then what it'll do is it'll hang up.
Really?
Then it removes them. Yeah, supposedly. Yeah.
You
well,
know-
I haven't watched them actually remove it.
Well, there's
It's-
a little thing on
we're
there where you
supposed
can block the caller. I'll show you after the show.
to-
You
Actually,
know who's
on
going to
your
like
phone-
this show?
Who?
People with attention deficit disorder.
They go, hey, there are peeps.
There are peeps. Look, they jump. Boom, boom, boom. Supreme Court, Roberts, Seinfeld, ADD. Yeah.
We've got this deal where we do the What a Dick Award. It's not
Yes.
time yet. We'll do that later, folks. I've got another one that's going, huh? What?
Are we doing What a Dick right now?
No, this is a new award.
Oh, we have a new award?
Yeah, it's called, huh?
Huh? The
What?
Huh Award?
Really?
It's kind of like a really from Saturday Night Live?
Yeah,
Really?
not like Saturday. Well, it can be like Saturday, but
What
it's
is
like,
it?
huh?
The Huh. The Huh. Award. Okay, so what's your Huh?
Well, there's actually 2. I love them both, and they're equal, and they're connected.
So this is kind
in
of
an
your head
odd
scratcher
way.
award,
This is-
maybe?
Yeah.
Kind of
I was sitting there looking through my feeds, and I stumbled across this thing that C&N ran this breaking news thing on this parade, a gay pride parade that was
Right.
in London, and one of their
In London, did you say?
in London. One of their people was there watching it and watching the parade, and she watched this guy walk by dressed in black and white, and he had this flag that looked like an ISIS flag. And she thought it was an ISIS flag.
my
And so
God.
she called in and goes, "Hey, I don't know what's going on here, but we've got this." And she did a little blurb,
The
and they
gays
ran
are
it.
going with ISIS.
Yeah, the gays are going with ISIS. So that sounds like something Fox would do. But anyway, on closer examination, it was meant to mimic an ISIS flag, but instead of the characters, which are Islamic characters or something, which
Right.
we can't read, they just look
Right.
like doodles.
Right.
It was a series lined up like that of various types of butt plugs. You
So
can't.
instead of the Arabic, it's butt plugs.
You can't make this shit up.
You really can't make that
No.
up. So they had butt plugs designed like an Arabic thing.
Yeah, just kind of lined up, and so it looked like the same Arabic flag. And I'm going, oh man, and they ran it. Ted Turner's got to be
did
going.
they comment on
huh?
it? They commented on it and everything?
Yeah.
Like, what was the commentary?
Well, they thought it was an ISIS flag.
So they were saying that there's
Yeah.
an element of the gays that
yeah,
are
and my guess is Anderson Cooper was just like
slapping his head.
slapping his head. Okay, the second, huh? What? Slidell, Louisiana, outside of New Orleans.
Yes,
Nolans.
Slidell.
Nolans. For
Yeah.
you people that don't know how, it's not New Orleans, it's Nolans. Anyway, somebody went into a Walmart,
Yes.
our friend, and wanted to have a birthday cake made in the shape of and coloration of a Confederate flag, and they said, "No, sir, we don't sell Confederate flags anymore. We can't do that." And so I guess he pulled something out of his pocket and said, "Well, can you make a cake look like this?" And they looked at it and goes, "Oh yeah, we can do that." And he came back and he got it, and he showed it online. And what was it? Oh, an actual ISIS flag.
Did it have butt plugs on it?
No. This that would be good, but no, this was an actual.
So he got
ISIS
pissed.
flag.
He got pissed
yeah.
that they want to make a Confederate flag, and then
Was
kind of fooled somebody who's not that. Let's call it our less news-aware employee.
Yeah, somebody that's
So
just
tricked
like,
them in it. It wasn't
Yeah.
like the person was
yeah.
saying, "Yeah, I believe in ISIS." so
No,
you can-"
huh? No, they
Right.
weren't doing that. It was just somebody that was absolutely clueless on
Right.
what's
Just
going
kind of took
on.
advantage of the cluelessness.
Yes,
To try to make a point about
yeah,
Walmart.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just
So
Now, what
did
would've
that
been-
employee get fired? Because she shouldn't get fired.
no, she really. Yeah, you shouldn't be fired for being clueless.
No.
Well,
Well, no, but I mean, then you'd
not
lose
at
almost.
that not at that level.
Absolutely not. She's
If
a little
you're-
cake
if
maker.
you're-
She does. If she knew and was making a political statement,
Yes.
then
Yeah,
you could
it's a
make the
different
argument.
deal, but
Absolutely, I would let her go.
she's-
But if she didn't know,
There's nobody at $7 an hour that's making a political statement like that.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
so that guy took advantage of her.
Yeah, he took advantage.
So he's a
of her.
double dick.
Yeah.
I'm giving
Now,
him the double dick award. He
Ooh.
was a dick for wanting a Confederate flag cake, and he was a dick for pulling one over
Would
on
that be
this.
the double-ended dick?
That's a double dildo dick award
Ooh.
for that guy. I've changed my dick. I'm sorry, I jumped right in on what
Okay,
a
so
dick.
you're gonna get.
He is
okay,
my what a
no,
dick.
no, I
the
can
guy
see that,
who
yeah.
the guy who did the cake.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he just took advantage of someone.
Yeah.
If that's the case,
If-
I stand corrected. Not on the first dick,
Yeah.
because he was a dick wanting Confederate
Yeah.
cake. But on the second one, if the woman or the whoever,
Mm-hmm.
the cake maker, knew what they were doing, then then I take the second dick away from him.
So he only gets one dick.
He's gonna get one dick
One dick.
either way.
Okay, all right.
All right. So Walmart had to apologize for this, I'm assuming.
Well, I haven't seen an apology yet. I saw the picture of the cake, which is all that really matters, isn't it?
Visuals do talk. Michael.
Yeah.
We're a visual
Well,
world.
and that's just the. I want to say it's the strength, but it's also the weakness of the internet.
Yeah.
It's a double-ended dildo. The internet is a double-ended
You know, the
probing device
inter-
of some sort.
As anything in life,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
tool. It's a
Yeah.
tool that can be used for good. It's a tool that
Yeah.
can be used for evil, if you
And-
want to call it evil.
Well,
Yeah, let's call it evil.
and so this would
This
this would
is
ma-
using it
this would
for
make
evil.
a perfect segue where we jump into something totally unrelated
What's that?
but kind of related. Campaign update.
Dun, 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 dun. We need
Yeah.
some music for that. See, if we
It's a
had
campaign
if we had
update.
people, we'd have music right now.
Yeah.
Dun,
What kind
dun,
of
dun,
music?
dun.
What,
It would
yeah,
have
what-
kind of more like dun 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 dun. Campaign update. Carl
horns.
Mike.
Yeah. Or maybe
With Carl Mike.
yeah.
Now we'd have a little
I think that-
ticker
I think
taper
it-
thing running. Okay, campaign
Okay.
update. Go ahead.
We were wondering about foreign money coming in.
There's no foreign money coming in, Michael. That's illegal.
Yes, it is illegal.
So there
But
it is. Let's move on then, shall we?
As
What?
with all laws, there are people out there that are anxious to break them. Really,
That'd be foreign countries, perhaps.
foreign countries, foreign governments,
Foreign individuals.
foreign individuals who are billionaires in their own right someplace else.
What? There's billionaires outside the United
And
States?
how are they doing that?
How-
One of the ways they're doing that. Well,
are they doing
this
that,
is this
Michael?
is real. They have PACs, foreign connected PACs, that
What?
people give money into.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're saying
Uh-huh.
there's a super PAC-like thing for foreign individuals
Yeah,
to
well,
funnel money into the U.S. elections?
U.S. subsidiaries of foreign corporations,
Okay. Yes.
okay,
Yes.
can start their own PAC.
Oh.
But
Daddy,
their money
little
is not. Yeah,
thing just clicked in my brain.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is. Oh,
So I'll just use Toyota. I'm not going to say Toyota's doing this, but Toyota has foreign subsidiaries in the U.S. companies that make those cars right there in Tennessee and in Alabama and all those different places, and they can create a PAC in the U.S.
oh yes.
And then the big daddy company up in Tokyo, you're saying, can funnel money into that PAC. Is that legal?
Well, yeah. Well, legal enough that Mitt Romney got some from PACs from UBS, Barclays, and Credit Suisse during his run.
Well-
Quite a bit.
All legal. The-
Carl, what is legal?
Well, there's these
Legal,
laws. You see.
legal is defined by whatever your lawyer says it is.
That's just
And-
so cynical, Michael.
No. But
So that's one
here's
way,
yeah,
yes.
no, here's the good one. I really like this. And this is the segue.
Wow, Michael
about
really
our-
likes this because
our
he's not
internet
only brought
seat.
paper,
I've
which
highlighted.
is unusual for
I've
us
used
to have
yellow
paper.
and red highlighters.
You use highlights on this
and then
one. Okay.
green for the really important part.
All right, go ahead. Hit
New,
us.
I'm going to read this. New channels for money to flow from overseas into candidates' coffers might be the least of our worries about money influence in politics. Really, where the shit's coming from
Yeah.
is the internet.
The internet.
And yes, because the campaign laws were set up. They really haven't changed. Turns out since about 1970. And in
Campaign laws have not changed since 1970.
Well, for the most part, the way they were trying to control money.
Right.
So much.
Back in, so that would be 50 years, 45 years ago.
That would be in the days of ABC, CBS, and NBC.
Yes.
Okay. There's no net. I know for you youngsters, it's hard for you to imagine, but there was no net back then. So all that was controlled on our own turf. Okay.
Yeah.
But now, oh no. Think of the internet. All the stuff that can be done on it. And
Lots.
anybody from overseas can pump and come up with whatever websites or whatever videos or whatever news feeds or whatever they want to then shine light the truth, as it were,
So let me get
their
that-
truth
let me-
on what they want us as American citizens to believe about various candidates.
Okay, wait a minute. So let me get this straight. So you're saying that, so let's take Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia could create a website saying, prosperous Americans for Romney
That would be correct.
website.
Correct.
Created by Saudi Arabia.
Correct. Funded by Saudi Arabia.
Could they collect money? What do they do? Or they just propagate?
Well,
You get a good search engine person and a good marketing person and just get that information out there.
Absolutely, and push it out however they want to push it out. Fun little YouTube videos. Fun little Twitter account.
But they're not
The
doing that.
FEC's not
They're not doing
controlling
that
any
in
of that.
conjunction with Mitt Romney or a candidate.
Well, I would imagine if it's in support of Mitt Romney, he wouldn't be doing things to stop it, would he? Or if they were doing things to support a Chris Christie or a Rick Perry or a Hillary Clinton, they wouldn't be doing anything to stop it because that's money coming in that they don't have to spend that's in support of them.
Well, wait, are you saying I get that they could put a website up and put whatever content on there?
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that they're raising money through that website and then giving that money to a campaign?
No, they don't have to do that. They're spending it the way they want to spend it. See, when you give money, this is, I think, one of the big deals. When the billionaires gave money and the millionaires gave money in the past, they handed it over to somebody and they really didn't have control over how that person spent it. Okay.
Well,
Other
supposedly.
supposedly. They could say, I really
I would
want
say
you to
they had
spend it on
quasi
this.
control.
Yeah, they had quasi control. But when you don't hand it over to that other person and you spend it exactly the way you want, here's a good example. Trump's got billions. He's going to spend shit the way he wants to and talk about it the way he wants to. He's not beholden to anybody, right?
He's definitely not.
Okay.
Doesn't have a handler.
Now, you take some billionaires from Saudi Arabia, Hong Kong, China, South Korea, wherever it is, throwing money in this direction, which are, you got to believe some of the sheiks have got way more money than Trump.
Right.
That's chump change for them.
Right.
So
there's no way to regulate that.
No.
That's going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. There is no way to regulate that. That is foreign influence on federal elections. And it's huge.
It's huge.
Yes.
Hit me with the green box.
Okay. Foreign private interest will put substantial money into viral videos about candidates. Foreign newspapers will editorialize with an eye to actually influence elections. We can't keep the newspapers from doing it. Not merely expressing opinions. Foreign television stations broadcasting online will do the same. Foreign unions will fund cross-national phone banking. Okay, a phone bank for somebody overseas.
Oh, here, let me give you my Pakistan brothers.
Yeah, I mean, and what we've got now, we call Apple and want to talk to somebody. It's somebody in the Philippines. They could set up a phone bank in the Philippines, wherever they want to set them up, and those people are now talking to us. Okay, and there's nothing that says that they can't hire nothing but Midwest-sounding people that work in this phone bank overseas. So all of a sudden, I'm talking to somebody that sounds just like you down the street, right?
Right.
So all of a sudden, you get rid of that kind of
barrier.
Yeah, literature drops and door-to-door canvassing around issues that are likely to influence elections. Foreign governments will funnel money into organizations that do all kinds of electioneering, period. There's nothing anybody can do. And so if you even remotely think, after reading that, I had to quit. After reading this, I had to quit because it was just sickening. It was absolutely sickening.
And there's no way to stop it, really.
There's no way to stop it. The only way you can stop it is to be aware that it's happening. You can't stop it, but you can we can create an awareness that it is happening and get people to be more skeptical.
Okay, so I get the obvious ones. So I get like Saudi Arabia would want to support pro-oil candidates. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But what is like South Korea going to want, or what are other countries that don't have natural resources? Who are they trying?
South Korea wants to keep the military bases. They want to keep all that stuff. Everybody's going to have something.
Yeah, that they want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So besides just to kind of, because you've taken us now on a little journey over the weeks.
You could say the ISIS sites have an effect on the elections, just by their very existence and what we see on our news programs. In other words, they're producing materials that are picked up by local stations, CNN, NBC, Fox.
You're talking about when they behead somebody?
Right. That's their propaganda, and they push it out there, and it's being pushed out on the web, but it's also being picked up and amplified.
There's been a little battle on that. It seems like ISIS is trying to get more creative in how they kill people to get on TV, because the basic stuff ain't working now. I guess maybe
how
the networks
creative you need to be.
I don't know, but it seems like we haven't noticed. If you notice, we haven't really seen many killings recently.
So they're
There is I believe.
so they're back in the labs trying to figure out what
I believe there's been a concerted effort by major media companies not to give attention, because there's definitely been people killed, and I think they did something really. You know what? I turned away from
honestly,
it before I even read
hope
it.
it is.
Yeah, I hope that's happening.
I hope they're doing it.
So they're trying to get more creative.
Yeah.
You know, and then they celebrated the gay ruling with throwing 4 gays off a roof.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear that? Yeah.
No.
That was their little answer to love wins. Hashtag love wins. Yeah.
Yeah.
They threw 4 alleged gay
Okay, now here's the deal.
people off a roof.
If
with
the
a crowd watching down below.
Oh, and cheering probably.
So,
Now,
you got the people with them.
yeah. Okay. Now,
I've been having a Facebook.
I know you. Oh, go ahead. What?
I've been having a little Facebook conversation with. I have a friend who's. I think he's belongs to kind of an Orthodox Catholic type of church.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure exactly what the name of the church. Anyway, he's a good guy, and he posted something about the gay ruling, and there was his friends in the conversation. So she got to have a little conversation with people who don't think like I do about
Opening up the conversation.
We had a conversation. It didn't go well. I mean, no, it was, So there's a couple of string theories that go out through there. Mm-hmm. So one, that this isn't really about equality for the gays. This is really about silencing people with moral, with strong moral opinions. So that's one. To me, that's. I said to him, have there been meetings that I've not heard about?
Yeah.
So that was one stream. The other thing that kind of came out of there's a confusion on why these heterosexuals, when they've got nothing in it for them, supporting the gays. Because if the heterosexuals didn't support the gays, this wouldn't even be happening. So well,
they're supporting the gays for the same reason there are a lot of white people and Jewish people that were supporting blacks to get their rights. I mean, it's because it's the right thing. Well, now wait a minute.
That's what I said.
Because it's the right thing to do.
That's exactly the words I said. I said
really,
because he said
it's literally that.
Because one guy said, "Well, it's because they imagine themselves on a great civil rights crusade," and I just said to him, no, we're not really imagining anything grand. It's just the right thing to do.
Yeah.
They don't get
literally that. No, they don't.
Because that means their position is the wrong thing.
Would be correct, and they can't accept the fact that their position is wrong, because then they have to question their faith.
That's correct. And
if
faith is absolutely, because at some point one guy just really went off. Yeah, so I will say,
if you start unwrapping the yarn on that sweater,
yeah,
there ain't gonna be much left except a big
pile
of
yarn. Yeah, I get that, because at some point they hit that absolute wall. So it's got to be a conspiracy to silence other voices, and they're just using the gays as a front, or it's got to be there's confusion, like what's in it for them. It's got to be something. And one guy said, well, the slippery slope argument, which John Stewart, I wish John Stewart answered it perfectly about. So the idea is, what about polygamists? And this guy asked me that, and I said, personally, I didn't really, I didn't have a problem with it, actually.
Yeah.
But John Stewart had a better answer. Well, the difference is, the reason that it's not a slippery slope is because you aren't born a polygamist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they don't really, at the end of the day, they don't want to believe it's. One guy just said, it has to be a choice because God don't make no mistakes, kind of attitude. God said very clearly, man, woman, that's it.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing that, then you made a choice not to do that. You couldn't possibly. I even said to him, well, what if you lived in a world, and I flipped it, And he said, I can't imagine that world because God didn't make that world.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's the faith wall. That's the faith. It's like, when you start talking like that, what they start hearing gibberish. It's not. It doesn't. it doesn't mesh with their view of things, their faith, and their what the way view, and they have to block it up. It's a wall. It is literally a wall, and
Then
I don't know.
that's almost cultish like behavior.
Well,
Not cultish, but it's brainwashed kind of behavior. So you give up the ability to think.
it's faith, Carl. It's not
All right.
brainwash. It's faith.
All right, faith.
You know, it's faith in this being the right thing to
No,
be.
but-
You know, and I don't understand what the difference
I
between
get faith
and
is something
doing.
unseen, but this is somebody
Yeah.
telling you something. You're
Yeah.
having faith in.
Well,
you know,
part of the problem.
I wouldn't want someone
the
to have
part-
faith
part of
in
the
what I
problem that
say.
have
I'd have.
with what's going on right now is they're getting from their pulpit. Their ministers are preaching to and saying, "You're under attack. Your faith is under attack.
Right.
We're at
so
war.
battle-
We're at war.
Yeah.
You've got to fight,
Yeah, they're-
fight." And
They're
and
out
so-
to take out moral absolutism.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
so that's part of the thing and that's bad. That's not good at all.
Yeah.
You know.
Anyway, it was. I appreciated the conversation, even though only one guy really went off. There was 2 or 3 other conversations going on
Well,
that
you're
were
not
fairly, we're fairly civil.
Yeah.
One guy went off and start bitching about how he was driving home and ran into a gay parade, and why do they have to flaunt that shit in front of his face every day? He doesn't flaunt his heterosexuality in front of them, and it's just so it went off into
Yeah.
the woods
Yeah.
there. But I hope that this ruling has created a lot of conversation.
Yeah.
There's a great article, and I'm going to link to it, by a Christian pastor that gets it. I mean,
Yeah.
just lays it out.
Yeah.
Like, Christians, why are you expecting secular people who don't hold your faith to live by your faith?
Right.
I mean, really
Ooh.
gets it. I'm gonna link to him on our. So
link
do
to
check out our show notes and links, because every episode of Carl and Mike, we do share great show notes that link up and articles that link to what we've been talking about. So take us, Michael, to this week's What a Dick Award
Okay.
nominees.
You've got one?
I already did mine now. I switched mine to the cake guy. So
I think I'm going to have to go with just in general what I was just saying, the ministers that are feeding this frenzy from the pulpit, telling people they're at war. They're not at war. And what you just said, why would you expect someone to believe the way you do or think that they have to? You're saying that about, somebody that's got this real fundamentalist belief, thinking that somebody that's more secular should believe the way they do. They don't say the same thing about Jews. Jews should believe the way they do, that we do.
what they do about
But part of that is they're just it's a conversion kind of a thing. The whole point of what it is, they're trying to convert people to their faith, to their
that
beliefs.
isn't converting if you create a law.
No.
I mean, just take it all. We see examples of what happens in theocracies.
Yeah.
That's what it looks
Yeah.
like. That's that road.
Yeah.
Now, it could be a Christian theocracy
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
this government could become.
Yeah.
And how would that look?
It
Well,
looked
I'm
bad.
sure they would. I mean, it
So
would be
anyway,
very bad.
that's my what
So
a
every
dick.
pastor
any
that's
minister that gets
stirring
up.
up the
Yeah.
us against them
Yeah.
mentality.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, who your neighbor sleeps with, it's really got no effect on you.
No, it shouldn't have anything to do with you.
It doesn't.
It's kind of where's that live and let live kind of thing.
No, they don't have
Doesn't
living.
it? No. Yeah, so
It's
that's what it is.
Live in my rules.
Yeah.
In my world.
So,
All right, we
There
did
you
it
go.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Another episode of Carl and Mike. Tune in to Carl and Mike. Check out our 5 questions in 5 minutes with Carl and Mike on iTunes
yeah,
and also on Podbean.
yeah.
Doing very well. Lots of people
Podbean
checking
is?
us out on Carl and Mike. The video.
We have little beanie babies.
Yes. And of course on our website, carlmike.net, and everywhere on social media. Any final thoughts, Michael, as we ride off into the distance, our gay banners flying high, our ISIS butt
Well,
plugs?
I guess my final thought is we need that leader to come in from out of the wilderness.
Where
Just
is he?
somebody where is it? Where is he? Or her?
Or her.
Or her?
Or her.
Or it? It could be a unicorn. I don't
Could it be?
care. You know, a talking unicorn, that would get attention. A talking any kind of animal would get attention.
So we need to be led.
We need
Someone
to be
needs to
led.
lead us.
Yes.
Who is the chosen one? Who will sit
It's
on the
not-
Iron Throne?
it's-
Sorry, I've been
yeah.
doing a little Games of
Who will
Thrones.
sit on the Iron Throne? Yeah, who will sit on the iron? It's not anybody that we No.
All right. And with that, we'll leave it there for
Yes.
today. Peace.
Out.
Leave your false impressions at the door. It's time for Carl and Mike.